Yo, what's good YouTube? It's YBC9 back in a video, and in this video I'm going to be bringing to you guys another top 10 video where I'm going to be telling you guys the top 10 players in NBA 2K19 Myteam with the best jump shots. Now before we start off with this video, if you guys are new and you guys do enjoy, make sure you guys consider hitting that subscribe button because right now we are on this grind and road to 30,000 subscribers. And also if you guys could drop a like on the video, that would be greatly appreciated. Last week we got over 1,000 likes on the top 10 video, and if we could do that again in this video, that would be amazing. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to now episode 6 of this top 10 series. Usually I upload it just once a week because there's a lot of content, but this week in terms of the content, it's been really dry. We've gotten a moment's Westbrook and a moment's Middleton, but other than that, it's Thursday and we have had nothing. But you know, I still like to stay on the grind and still like to upload. So in this video, we're bringing another top 10 video out to you guys. Now, everybody on this list, because they have a great jump shot, they are going to be considered a sharpshooter slash stretch big. So for those of you guys who do need a sharpshooter, if you guys are rocking out with, you know, somebody like Ray Allen who doesn't have the best jump shot in the game, and you guys want to take him out and get somebody, I would highly recommend getting somebody on this list because not only are all of these guys have great jump shots, but these guys are also great sharpshooters on this list. So earlier this morning, I did ask you guys on Twitter, who are the best cards in the game or players in the game right now with the best jump shots? And you guys gave me so many responses and players that I will show it up for you guys. So yeah, with that being said, I do want to say thank you. I love getting you guys involved with this series and engaged in this series. My Twitter is YBC_15. So if I do ask you guys another question, you guys aren't following me, make sure you guys consider doing so. So you know we could get engaged with this series together. Now there is one important thing that I do want to clarify when making this video. There are going to be separate versions of cards, so I'm not going to specify the specific card on that player because we all have different budgets. You know, for example, Vince Carter, he might not make this list, but Vince Carter's Amethyst has the exact same jump shot as the limited Pink Diamond. The Amethyst is 2K, the Pink Diamond is 700K. We're all on different budgets here, but at the end of the day, all of these guys have the exact same jump shot on this list. Doesn't matter the tier of the card. So with that being said, coming in at number 1 on this list, we have a Damian Lillard. So now I'm going to be getting some shots up with this man because he made the list. At number 1, the point guard, Damian Lillard. He has hot zones for pretty much everywhere on the court except from the top of the key and the right elbow. But if you do need a point guard, this diamond Damian Lillard is the guy you should go with. Now, he does also have a Ruby card and an Emerald card, but his Diamond card is way better. And he's very cheap. He's only 20,000 MT, which is the Diamond one that we are using in this shoot around right here. And we are greening at ease from the perimeter. Like, this Damian Lillard card in general is easily a top 5 point guard in the game. Yeah, he's 6'3", yeah, he'll get shot over, but if you're playing up against a pure point guard, not somebody using Carolina or Granger at point guard, this Damian Lillard will dominate. I did do a gameplay on him a while ago when he first came out. He dominated for me. He's a beast. If you guys need a point guard, your point guard, you know, isn't the best rocking out with right now, this Damian Lillard is a guy you should go with. All around beast, has one of the best jump shots in the game. Moving on now to the second player on this list. You can make a case and say he's the cheesiest card in the game and has the cheesiest jump shot. I'm sure you guys know who I'm kind of foreshadowing. This man being a Diamond Danny Granger. You guys know me, I never advise going full on cheese mode. But, you know, if you want to play Danny Granger at point guard and you play up against an actual point guard, because he has base 11, he's literally going to shoot over anybody 6'3" or below. It's that simple. With a little bit of separation, that shot will be open at Granger Chase on a 6 foot or 6'3" or lower point guard 90% of the time. It's that simple. And when he has takeover going at those small guards, he's pretty much going to be greening and shooting nothing but opens. It's literally that simple. This Granger right here, because he has base 11, is going for close to 300,000 MT. But I really do think that he's worth it, as I do have him on my squad. I do start him. He's amazing. This Danny Granger. If you need a small 4, for those of you guys who have like really good squads, Danny Granger is easily a top 5 small 4 in the game, easily. And just simply all around one of the best cards in the game. And if you guys do run Granger at the small 4 position, like I do run primary players at their primary positions. It's very hard to force a heavily contest on Granger. Why? Because any type of separation is going to be either lightly or open. And with all the shooting badges on this Granger card, it's literally a recipe for disaster. This Granger card is literally amazing. I love him. He's probably going to be on my team till NBA 2K20. But yeah, moving on to the third player on this list is a big man, is a stretch big, power forward, Amethyst Kristaps Porzingis. Now, I emphasize amethyst on this Porzingis. I didn't really mean to. The ruby gets the job done just as well. It's just the amethyst is a lot better than the ruby. The ruby's only going for 800. The amethyst is going for, I believe, 80,000 MT. And honestly, if you need to stretch big, regardless on your budget, ruby or amethyst, this card shoots like nothing but opens. Why? Because he's a stretch power forward at 7'3" with a ridiculous 3-ball. In 2K19, it's all about height. So this Porzingis right here is 7'3", hot zones for pretty much everyone on the court, except for the top of the key, left elbow, and right corner. But when it comes to this Porzingis, when you have a matchup at the power forward position, somebody wants to run a Julius Randle who's only 6'9", or they put Wes Unseld at power forward, who's 6'7". Porzingis has 6 to 8 inches over those guys, so Porzingis is probably going to shoot it lightly over them or in open. It's going to be very, very rare that this stretch big right here in Porzingis shoots heavily contested shots. And on top of that, when Porzingis is open, you got a point guard or a player with gold or Hall of Fame dimer kick the Porzingis open, and it's knockdown. One of the purest releases to have in the game. So that is at number 3, this stretch big Ruby Porzingis. Moving on to number 4 on this list is a shooting guard, being a J.R. Smith. This J.R. Smith right here is a kind of old card, but still gets the job done. You don't really see many J.R. Smith cards being launched around right now in Unlimited, but if you guys do need a shooting guard, for only 20,000 MT is what I got this J.R. Smith for, you need to get him. Why? Because of how fast his release is. It is super fast and super cash. I believe he has base 43, which is one of the glitchiest bases in the game, especially in my team. I mean, greens are pretty much everywhere. His hot zones, like I said, are a little bit outdated. That's just because the card's outdated. But still, this J.R. Smith card has a tremendous release for only 20,000 MT. And Amethyst J.R. Smith, you literally can't go wrong. And on top of that, he's an athletic freak of nature. J.R. Smith isn't a card that could shoot over anybody, but that doesn't really matter. Why? Because of how fast and glitchy and clean his release is. It's that simple. When you create a little bit of separation, hit him with that snatch back, it's going to be a green. With any type of separation, it's going to be an open. And this release is really, really, really easy to time. It's J.R. Smith. And you guys know how glitchy J.R. Smith's cards are every single year in terms of his release. Last year in 18, oh boy, I remember, you guys remember how glitchy he was in 2K18. And 17 as well. That release was one of the best in the game. Every single year, J.R. Smith has one of the best releases in the game. And this year, he does as well. So now moving on to the 5th player on this list, we have another power forward. This man being Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma is one of those cards that I was talking about in the beginning of the video. Kind of like Vince Carter, where we are all on different budgets, you know. But still, Kuzma still gets the job done regardless of which card you pick up. I believe he has a Sapphire, Ruby, Diamond, 2 pink diamonds, and a silver card. I believe those are the cards that this Kuzma has. So we're all on different budgets here. But this Kuzma still has the same release for every single card. The hot zones on this Diamond one that I have is from the perimeter to the top 3 of the 3-point line, the free throw line, and interior inside the paint. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. You guys can easily make a case and say Kyle Kuzma has the easiest, and I mean the easiest release to green in the game. It's rare that when I use Kuzma, when I did my Kuzma gameplays, I did a ton of Kuzma gameplays, but when I did them, it was very, very rare that I got like a half bar. Usually, you know, you get half bars with guys who have very, very fast or glitch or like clanky releases. Like Ray Allen, he's one of those guys that you're going to get a lot of half bars with. But because Kuzma's release is so smooth and easy to green, you're not going to get many half bars at all, and you're going to be greening the majority of the shots that you do take. Moving on to the 6th player on this list. This guy is a budget baller. He made the March budget squad. And for those of you guys who have a budget squad watching this video, if you guys need a sharpshooter, go ahead and get yourself a Ruby Nick Young. This Ruby Nick Young right here has 97 open 3. Now I did put an emphasis on Ruby Nick Young because I do believe he has like a silver card, I believe, in the game, which is going for more than the Ruby, which doesn't make any sense at all. But this Ruby Nick Young right here has hot zones from literally everywhere on the court and a money release kind of like Kuzma's, but it's also very, very fast. This Ruby Nick Young's release is super fast, super easy to green, and his card is very, very cheap. You know, he made the March budget squad, he qualified for being a budget card, and he made the March budget squad. And this man right here will likely make the April budget squad because he's just simply a glitch. He doesn't miss, Super fast release, super easy to green, like I said already. For all you guys on a budget squad, you need a sharpshooter. Get Nick Young. Now moving on to the 7th player on this list. Here's another card where, like I said, we are all on different budgets, but he still has the same release as all of his cards. This man being a Brandon Roy. Now I do have this Ruby Brandon Roy right now in shoot around. He has base 8, which is very glitchy, super fast. It's kind of like a park release. This Brandon Roy right here kind of has like a glitchy park release. He has like a 78 3 ball, so I'm not really going to be, making a lot of them. I believe he has like a 70-some 3. But still, in terms of release, he has base 8. So when you upgrade and get yourself the diamond or the pink diamond Brandon Roy, it is super easy to green, super glitchy. It's kind of, this jump shot right here is kind of like when you go to the My Park menu, you create your own jump shot and you create yourself a very glitchy park jumper. This is exactly like what Roy's jump shot is like. It's that simple. It's one of those very cheesy park releases that you create. It's kind of like having to create your own jump shot in my team. But yeah, guys, if you guys are on a budget squad, get yourself the Ruby. He's really cheap. If you guys have a God squad, you guys have a lot of pink diamonds, you need a sharpshooter, get yourself the limited pink diamond Roy if you guys can afford him. Roy is so amazing. But that pretty much wraps up the number 7 player on this list is the Brandon Roy. Now hopping into the 8th player on this list, he is a center of glitchy, tall, stretch big. Diamond Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Now there only is one Zydrunas Ilgauskas right now in the game, and that is the diamond version. And the diamond version has easily a top release in the game as a stretch big. Hot zones from the 2 corners and the mid-range, pretty much everywhere. But top of the key doesn't have one, but that's all good. This man is 7'3", and his release point on his shot, I'm not sure if you guys can see, but it is super high. And that is great. Why? Because you want a fast and high release point so no one can contest the jump shots. Ralph Sampson is a great card, but when it comes down to would I rather have Big Z or Ralph Sampson, I'd rather have Big Z. Why? Because Ralph Sampson release is broken. A lot of centers this year have a very broken and slow release. Ralph Sampson is one of them. Yao Ming is another one. They have very slow releases, and it's kind of hard to time. But this Big Z has probably the best release as a big man. Literally. It's super fast, it's at a high releasing point, and you guys can see I'm literally making every single one of them. He has an amazing 3 ball, 7'3". Not only can this card shoot a 3, but it's just also amazing as well. Other than the 3, he can do everything else. As his big man, he could rim protect, he could rebound. He's slow, but all the other attributes and his shot makes up for how slow he is. At 7'3", this Big Z right here is my starting center, and I do plan to keep him on my team at my starting center for a while. And in case you guys are wondering, he is going for 100,000 MT right on the dot. Moving on to the 9th player on this list, we have the player of Vince Carter. Not only is Vince Carter a slasher, but he's also a sharpshooter. No matter which Vince Carter you have, whether you have the Ruby, Amethyst, Diamond, or Pink Diamond, Vince Carter, they all have the same release. They can all slash, and they can all shoot the 3 really well with a great release. In this shoot around, I am using the Amethyst Vince Carter, who's only going for 2,000 MT. And you guys can take a look at his release. It's just so pure. Vince Carter is a very hard player to guard. Why? Because you have to respect the slashing, and you also have to respect his 3 ball. Now, he isn't like one of those guys like Ray Allen, where he struggles to shoot the long ball when it comes to his release. Ray Allen and Vince Carter are similar cards. Why? Because they can both slash and shoot the 3. But the difference that makes Vince Carter stand out more than Ray Allen and other cards is because of his release. And as you guys can see, I'm not really even focusing on the shoot around, and I'm still greening at ease. You know what I'm saying? But this Vince Carter steps out and shows out more than other cards like Ray Allen in the game because of his jump shot. He stands out a lot more. And that wraps up the 9th player on this list. And moving on to the 10th player, the final man on this list, is an Amethyst Jimmy Buckets. Now, currently, there are only 2 Jimmy Butlers right now in the game. The Amethyst and the Ruby card. The Ruby card is honestly not that good. The Amethyst is a lot better. And Amethyst right now is only going for 15,000 MT. That's exactly how much I bought this Amethyst Jimmy Butler for, to get a shoot around in and test out his jump shot. This man's jump shot is just pure. It's very similar to Vince Carter's. I do believe that they do have the same base, just different uppers. You know, Jimmy Butler has that upper where he can kind of shoot over people, because when Vince Carter releases his shot, it's kind of like right here. When Butler releases his shot, it's kind of like right here. So that wraps up this top 10 players with the best jump shots right now in the game. Now, you guys gave me so many responses, like I said in the introduction of this video, And I do want to thank you guys for that. And not all of them made this list. Why? Because I can only include 10 players. Now, I probably will have an updated list in a month or two. But these are like the top 10 players right now with the best jump shots in the game. There are more. There are a lot of players that could make the list, but I can only choose 10 from all the ones you guys gave me. So to wrap up this video, I will simply be just telling you guys the top 10 players that made the list again. Damian Lillard, Kyle Kuzma, J.R. Smith, Jimmy Butler, Kristaps Porzingis, Danny Granger, Vince Carter, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Brandon Roy, and Nick Young. So for those of you guys who do need a sharpshooter, I really hope this video has helped you. Every single one of these guys has a money release. So for those of you guys rocking out with the Ray Allen right now and you guys are struggling heavily with his release, I would highly recommend you guys pick up somebody on this list that made the top 10 because all these guys are just so pure, easy to green, shoot over people, great. These cards just have the best jump shots in the game. It's that simple. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, it's YBC and I'm out. Peace.